what was the? I saw some shit. Oh, I watched. Do you know about Bub, little Bub, Phil, the cat?
I don't
There's
think
this
so.
incredibly cute cat named
I'm gonna
Little
find a
Bub.
picture for everyone.
Good. And Vice, the online publication, released or published a documentary ostensibly
You guys
about
just
Little
hanging
Bub.
out there, I guess. Okay, sorry.
No, it's fine. But early on in that documentary about Little Bub, this super adorable cat, they interview a bunch of people who are involved in like memes and the business of memes.
Sure.
And they interview this one dude who is the world's first meme manager, and I wanted to fucking slit my throat.
That's not a thing.
Like, yo, it is, dude. He represents Neon Cat. He represents Scumbag Steve. He represents
What does
the
that
dude
mean?
who-
What do you mean? What is
Scumbag Steve has an agent. The dude in the
what,
hat.
But what does represents mean in those cases? Because like,
He's
Scumbag Steve isn't making money every time somebody
Yeah.
uses
He helps
his...
them
No.
make like
he helps
merchandise
them,
and
right.
stuff.
He helps them monetize their internet site.
and maybe make like
Keyboard
books or yeah.
To me,
Yeah,
I mean, like,
exactly.
here's the thing: Scumbag Steve, he deserves something.
Yeah, no, like it's an interesting. There's it's an interesting, like, from a weird
Boo.
super communist Austin bullshit thing. You just say "boo" in the middle of my sentence. It's not going to scare me.
I mean, I was trying.
My point is, we live in a world, and sometimes I don't know about it.
The point is, you're a dirty communist.
His face seemed all scaly.
I was talking to a friend about this because we were talking about Let's Plays actually, and about
Sure.
the whole Nintendo not wanting people who do Let's Plays to monetize videos.
Not wanting
Right.
people to have fun. Just say
Yes,
it. They don't want people to have fun. with their
But I
products.
was arguing
No, God.
on the side of sanity that people should be
Okay.
allowed to monetize their gameplay videos,
Mhm.
and my friend was arguing that, taking the sort of weird Austin communist angle, that people should be allowed to make those videos as much as they want, but making money off them shouldn't be allowed.
I don't think that's not my position. That's not, in fact, the communist position.
Yeah.
The Marxist position is that they're doing labor, and that if they're performing labor, then value is being
This is,
generated.
and I would say, for anyone watching this, just to make it as clear as possible, this is fucking hard work. Entertaining you peons.
It's tough.
You fucking, like, trying to figure out what things
no, but-
you idiots are going to be able to understand.
Here's the.
You fucking morons. Like, trying to...
Phil doesn't really like peeking. That's a bit he's doing because he knows you like.
I
it. He knows that
hate
you
hate
him.
peeking. Peeking
Hates.
makes me feel like...
Last week,
It makes me feel like I'm whoring myself.
we finished the stream last week, and then Phil said, "Austin, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can peek anymore." I was like, "Phil, they love it. It's simple. It's a good joke. They'll just every time they'll laugh when you giggle. It's
Dr.
they're like
Nerf
babies,
says-
basically. They're just like babies."
I am. Dr. Nerf says Phil Kohler, the hardest working man in video, James. And I just like that he called him Video James. Thomas says he bought Rogue Legacy solely based on this channel streaming of it. Yeah, I mean, that was certainly part of my argument, was like, we're basically doing, like, LPs are basically free advertisement for games that are worth it.
Yeah. I think it's a complicated issue. Like, I'm not, because I'm Austin, I do think that there is some complication there, and because IP law is fucking gross and
Yeah,
hard
it's
and weird right now.
ridiculous, yeah.
It makes it complicated legally.
And video games are
but I
weird.
think-
It's a weird, it's a weird thing. Like, it's different from a movie, right? But it's also like,
Yeah.
how different is it? Where do you draw that line? Like, I understand why
And-
there's complications.
And it's even hard to draw the line altogether. Like, it's easy. There are some games where I want to say, oh yeah, no, it's very clear that the LPer is bringing more to this than not. And sometimes it's just a really straight through LP, or like what about a long play where there's no commentary,
Sure.
there's only the active play.
Or,
and the
like,
active
what about
play is
something like
still
where
gated.
I'm playing through Yakuza, right?
Right.
Very slowly, because I don't play that often. But I'm playing through that, doing an LP of it, and, that's a weird game where, like, there's certainly lots of, like, times where I'm like, okay, I'm going to do whatever I want to do right now. Let's just have fun, do crazy shit. But then there's also lots of situations, where it's just like, okay, this episode we're advancing the story, so that means, like,
Right.
75% of the episode is just us watching cutscenes.
Right.
Yeah. And, like,
It's tough.
I can understand why that gets more complicated. Like, why Not that we make any money off of these videos. To be 100% clear, right now we certainly do not. But if we did, that would be a case where it'd be like, I can understand why somebody would argue, like, why do you deserve money for basically putting cutscenes up on the internet and then occasionally talking?
And that's what I mean. Like, it is a complicated scenario. But again, what we do know is value is being generated. Like, we know that even right now, someone is making money off of your videos. Right now, it's YouTube, right? Like, YouTube puts ads on that page.
Or Twitch as well.
Or Twitch, right, exactly. And, like, I don't know, it's a super complicated issue. I think a lot about this, because obviously this is in line with the sort of stuff I research, but, like, I think about the Good Game charity stream, which I fucking loved, and, like, I'm thrilled that we were able to do that.
Doing another one sooner than people might think.
Right. Wow.
Tomorrow.
Okay. I teach tomorrow, so what am I...
Oh,
can I just stream the class that I'm teaching?
I called ahead, I quit for you. So,
okay.
You're set.
Oh, okay, that's good. Man, cool. There's a story I want to tell, but I can't tell it on stream. We'll have to talk later.
Fobbosh says, I'm imagining this guy holding a camera going through this awful place while people are walking right behind him talking about IP and Let's Plays.
He's listening to us as a podcast. He's a big fan.
I mean, this is an asylum. Isn't that how those kind of shake out? Just people talking about video games?
No, we are definitely, for real though, Good Game Charity 2.0.
Right.
Watch for it. Probably right now it's sounding like December, late December, post-Christmas.
Okay.
So like
I'll keep that in mind.
After Christmas, before New Year's, December time frame. But we'll see. That might change.
Right. I hope I have good internet by then so I can stream a thing. I should have good internet tomorrow, which means you guys should expect me streaming Incognita sometime.
Oh, that's cool.
Tomorrow.
I really want to see some of that game. Hey, that seems like a game you would dig. Are you digging that game?
Dude, I told him yesterday that like I have to stop playing it because otherwise I'm going to burn out on it. And there's nothing right now. Like it's basically their PAX demo with a few modifications, which basically means it's a single.
How far from release are they?
This year sometime, maybe early next year. They're in alpha right now, and like early alpha. They said beta within a few months, a couple of months. So
you can probably expect it to sort of follow the arc of Don't Starve.
Oh, sure, I suppose.
Which
that's
came
exactly
out
what
like
they're doing.
Yeah, Don't Starve I think
Success
came
is
out
why
like
they're doing this.
October last year at the alpha or something, I want to say.
Yeah.
And then proceeded from there and came out in spring, so...
Well, and Janine, you played a lot of that alpha, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, didn't spend as
beta,
much time...
I think it was technically a beta.
Okay.
Well, so that's kind of why, like, with Don't Starve, that's a perfect example of, like, I kind of stayed away
Right.
from
I advise
the early
doing
stuff.
that for most people.
I think...
I really do.
I don't. Well, I mean, I think it's different for everyone, but
it is.
I think specifically with their games, Don't Starve, when I played it the most, and Don't Starve when it was released, were super, super different.
Right.
The only reason I didn't really play more Don't Starve is because I had other stuff to play at that point.
Jeannie, did you watch my stream of that?
Yes.
Man, I had a lot of fun with that game. I want to play more.
You did really well.
I was happy with my performance for my first time playing until I got struck by lightning. Then it was kind of...
Yeah, and those hellhounds, those things were
Oh, we're going to the chapel. This is going to be
great.
uplifting, I'm sure. God hates money. Somebody's on your side.
Yeah.
Austin.
Clearly.
I like this psycho guy just holding a candle.
Maybe he likes candles a lot, so don't judge him.
No, I mean, he's very devout.
So,
Oh,
going back to
boy.
Incognita, really... Oh, God, is something happening?
Penises.
I'll bite my tongue. Oh, okay. How does God feel about those?
He seems to be in
Ugh.
favor.
I see them.
Guy's face. Yuck.
Is that, like... Can we... I have a question. Is this a commentary on circumcision? Like, why are all the... Can we... Maybe it's not true appropriate.
Who developed this game?
great.
Because I think if it was a European
that's a good
developer,
point.
it's not as common there.
The promise
Yeah,
of the
it's not.
prophets was always freedom from death.
Bro, what are you...
And here it is.
You just chilling.
What shall we call my death, my resurrection? And together we will be free. You are no longer in any danger. I fixed the elevator. It will take you to
And it's a
freedom.
long sentence he's saying. Because, like, I can't hear it, but it's that one sentence has been on the subtitles for quite some time. There it goes.
Oh, my son.
Oh boy.
I think you're supposed to have a little step there on you. Does he have a little step?
Yeah, I think he's holding on to something.
Otherwise, it just rips through your hands.
You
I was
guys
going to
miss
say
it?
they've done
Who knows?
science to prove
Oh,
this.
wait, I think they're mixing their execution methods a little bit, guys.
Yeah, it didn't quite work that way. Oh good, I recorded
Also,
enough
is
of
that
it
guy-
to get a note though.
It's junkless.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty messed up. The note is called The Passion of Father Martin.
Lol.
I can't believe Father Martin went up to Jesus Christ himself. That's what this
The
literally
writing
says.
in this.
And I don't believe I'm going to miss him. What? Why? Why? What? Why do I have any connection to this guy? Whatever.
Man, this game was really good for quite some time. Like, I still think it's a cool game. Like, I'm not...
Oh,
This game is better if
It's-
you don't read a lot of this
It's
stuff.
a totally cool game. It is not... I wouldn't say it is
I
a
guess,
well-written
yeah.
game.
If you skip the parts about the dude one-upping Jesus and the butterflies that drink blood from your nipples, I'm sure it's perfect.
Here's what makes this game real good right now, what you guys are seeing.
Is it dolls?
Dongers!
Look at them go. Oh, wow, and jiggle a little bit. A little wiggle to it.
Gross. I really hope they don't have
Night
physics.
vision penis.
Ooh. God, we're gonna get banned from everything.
Well, can I show this on YouTube?
No.
Am I gonna, like, is the video
Well,
gonna get pulled?
Actually, get super close to it. That way you can't tell what it is. Oh, beat the
You just be
system.
like, oh, it's an elbow.
Yeah, with a
It's just an elbow.
big flash game. Is this a dome or an elbow? And all those Newgrounds hits.
Okay, where is that elevator? Oh Jesus. Some dude chasing after me. Isn't there always?
Story of my life.
Gotta go.
One of you is super breathy right now.
It's not me, because I can hear it.
I don't think it's me.
I thought it was Austin.
Nope,
It
not
could be.
me.
You
I
could be
can hear
hearing
it.
the dude from the game breathing.
I guess.
I don't... Is he next to you or something?
I mean, emotionally.
Bill, look behind you.
No.
And see.
Sold it. Briefly, I want to be clear, I'm not saying people shouldn't get in the incognita alpha or beta. I'm saying that literally right now, there isn't much to the game. There isn't the structure of the game isn't in place yet.
But like, if you're super excited for it and you want a little taste,
Yeah, if you're
Just,
me,
you know.
then yeah, totally.
get your taste.
But in 2 weeks, when they put in more shit, like it'll be way easier to. I don't want people to be disappointed. I don't like overselling things, and then people are like, "Austin, you said
For
this
some
thing was
people, this
great."
might also be kind of... I don't know. I was gonna say something stupid. But a lot of shit's coming out in October, and
Yes,
maybe,
that's true.
maybe right now you're a little bored, you just want a
There's a
little
little
taste,
bit of
and then you'll play it, and then you'll forget about it for 3 months. Which is kind of what happened with me in Don't Starve. I was super excited about it, and I played it, and then I forgot
I'm
about it
saying
for a
that
bit,
this
and then
game
it
is
came out.
way
and it was-
earlier, Janine, than when you first played Don't Stop.
Yeah, but, you
Like
know...
way earlier. This is at this point, it's like I can't even explain like how much earlier it is in terms of the actual game structure being in place.
Have you beat the game?
I beat everything. I mean, everything that's available right now, which is one single level that they generate each time. That's what I'm saying. There's no
How
level
difficult
one.
was the final boss?
Really hard. You know, it's skill based. So like once you figure out the tactics, you can do it even at a low level. I'm working on speed runs right now.
You've also said that because of the way the game generates content, you've been able to keep playing.
I'm a
Without,
crazy
like-
person, Janine.
So
Like,
there might be crazy people out there.
Right, but I'm not going to
crazy arm in arm
assume
with
that they're
you.
me. I'm not going to assume that they're like. You have to understand that all of the things I say start from the position that I'm crazy and no one could possibly be as dumb as me.
Oh, the other thing
Like-
to
Yeah,
mention
that's
is,
accurate.
do you know how long they're going to be doing that friend code thing for? Is that going to
Definitely.
be permanent?
Yes,
Are you sure?
through the alpha. Yeah,
Through the alpha? Well, then
I'm
there's
like
a
the
reason.
most posted person on. Yeah, but the alpha's still happening in 2 weeks when they're adding all this extra shit. All I'm saying is, yeah, right now it's pretty good. I really love this game, but wait the 2 weeks so that there's more game there for you to play.
But in 2 weeks, I'm gonna have that new Scribblenauts game.
You already have this. I gave you my extra copy. You don't have to have.
I'm speaking as the hypothetical person who isn't your friend.
Wait, in 2 weeks you're gonna have what, Gene?
Scribblenauts Unmasked.
Oh yeah. Are you excited about that?
Yeah.
I'm excited
well,
because I like Scribblenauts and I like superheroes a lot. So.
Yeah.
I really like Scribblenauts. I would feel better about this particular game if all that gross DC stuff hadn't happened in the past few weeks.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, well, here's the thing. Like, so the gross DC stuff. Let's talk about it quick. Basically, these guys who write the Batwoman comic, which has been excellent since the DC relaunch, basically left the book, the writer and artist, and said that DC had messed with their story stuff a lot, and in particular, one of their problems was DC would not allow them to let Batwoman get married. Batwoman being one of the few lesbian characters in all the DC universe. So Dan DiDio, the dude what is in charge of DC, said in an interview, or said on a panel, I think, very recently in response to this, basically saying, like, just to clarify, the reason we wouldn't let Batwoman get married is because we don't believe superheroes should be married. Like, we don't believe superheroes should be happy. So he said it wasn't like a gay marriage thing or anything like that. The thing is, I believe that. I also think it's terrible and dumb. Like, I think that's part of the reason that DC isn't doing great right now, but oh my god. We should finish this discussion before I go in here. I'm going to close this door.
Oh boy. What is that?
I'm going to close that door.
Is that... Oh, that's where Mr. Freeze lives.
So the other half of the DC being gross thing is, of course, they had that contest to get new talent, and part of it involved drawing a well-liked and strongly developed character committing suicide. Also, she's a lady. Also, you had to draw her naked committing suicide.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
you don't know about this part.
I didn't hear what?
It was a contest to get to sort of
It's
get
more
new
than just a
talent.
contest. Like, I think that it's exactly.
And to
they're
scare new
opening up
talent, and
submissions.
they're saying, like, here you have to draw, I think it was 6 panels, you have to draw 6 panels, and they describe each panel, and they're like, so you have to draw these. And it's basically...
And it's all Harley Quinn in...
Yeah, it ends with Harley Quinn killing herself in a bathtub.
Like, and a lot of them are all, like, her in precarious situations leading towards her death.
And they also
Gail
describe
Simone,
the look at the end. They're like, and she should have a look on her face like, well, this is it. Like,
Jesus.
There's a really good post by Gail Simone, who is a pretty famous comics writer, who's really great.
Great. She's really good.
And she engaged with fans on Twitter a lot about this.
She still writes for DC right now.
Yeah, I think so.
She's been writing for DC for a long time.
And her thing was like, at first she didn't respond really negatively to this because she had in mind kind of an earlier version of Harley Quinn, who was this kind of, she said, almost Deadpool-esque, right? Like really immortal and very comic, like purely comic.
Yeah.
Like, of course she's going to be put in that situation. Like those are the gags that were running for her for a long time. But that a lot of fans had said, like, no, like right now, ever since the New 52 stuff, like Harley Quinn hasn't been positioned in that way, and so like this is doubly bad. Like it would have already been really pushing it, but now, like especially with the way that she's been developed over the last couple of years, it just feels really gross. And it was really frustrating. What's really frustrating, you should, is that the general idea there of letting people submit directly to DC to be scouted is great, because it's really hard to get into the comics industry, and there are plenty of people who are really talented who
but
don't
then
get seen.
you're limiting your pool to people who can draw naked ladies killing themselves real well.
Exactly.
Like, you're limiting yourself really specifically to people who are good at an exploitive style.
Yeah.
And that's no good.
Yeah, that's super gross. I had not heard that. And that's
So I really like
disappointing.
Scribblenauts, but
But to be fair, what I will say is or not to be fair, maybe not to help the situation at all, but DC has been making shitty, stupid editorial decisions for basically the last like 10 years.
Yeah,
it's been really like
cool things,
a lot of like some of the relaunch stuff has been really good, but they've made a lot of really disappointing, frustrating decisions, and they've alienated a lot of really good writers and artists while doing it. So,
Frostly posted the exact thing. I'm gonna read it for you, Phil. Panel 4. Harley sitting naked in a bathtub with toasters, blow dryers, blenders, appliances all dangling above the bathtub while she has a cord that will release them all. We're watching the moment before the inevitable death. Her expression is one of, oh well, guess that's it for me, and she has resigned herself to the moment that is going to happen.
At least so like the way that's described sounds like maybe they're going for like something over the top.
If her expression wasn't, oh well, guess that's that for me.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But Scribblenauts is real fun. I like words.
It's what I think is weird is that they decided to put that scene in Scribblenauts Unmasked. I think maybe that was going too far.
You have to draw words to put in the bathtub. That's great.
So this is weird stuff happening in this game.
You're just in a fucking James Bond villain base right now.
Yeah. Thomas says, "Is nude Harley in Scribblenauts?" Technically, I mean, I guess you could do that, right? As an adjective, nude Harley.
I think in Scribblenauts, nude, they just interpret it as a color. So she would just be like beige.
Salmon.
Salmon's more of a pink.
Let's see here. Crazy underground high-tech science base. Naturally. This must be like, this has got to be the last area, right? We must be in the end right now.
I think I've played Resident Evil games, and this looks like the bottom floor of all of the mansions I've ever been in.
In real life. The security company was the one behind everything.
No, who could have guessed?
Oh no. Why? That doesn't...
Dr. Derp, I also really want to play those games, so don't feel bad.
Which games?
999 and VLR.
Yeah, I have not played them yet either.
Me either. One day I will.
I've started 999 and haven't finished it, so I'm in the shittiest situation here of all of us.
Of all people. Of
all the people in the world.
Yeah.
Morphogenic engine.
Was that weird mirror video upstairs?
Reprograms us, turns us into nightmare factories.
Oh, right, the engine. Right.
Oh yeah, the crazy doctor. He's probably still alive. We're probably gonna run into him here.
He's gonna be all like, "You're the final subject. Here's this engine. Make Half-Life 3.
It's good dialogue.
What if the morphogenic engine is
Good question. That's definitely a good question.
What if it was?
I don't know.
What's a banana? Got it.
Ghosts.
I have an alternate theory. What if the batteries you've been picking up are bananas? These do have a camera. You've just been jamming bananas into that camera.
Bro, what are you...
That guy looked like Spawn. I don't know. It really looked like a ghost.
Why do you try to hug you when it hurts so much?
I don't know.
Also, what is happening?
I can't tell. I think I died there, I guess?
Dr. Derp says you are possessed by Flo Rida.
Apparently I'm supposed to run, I guess?
Really? Can't run past him?
My ghost.
He's a ghost. Like, what are you gonna do? Make sure you can remember you can look behind you and scare yourself more.
Ghosts have like real life no clips, so
boy.
why would this even be good?
I read a really good explanation for that recently. For that, like,
For what?
a fictional reasoning for why ghosts could like travel through walls.
Is it because they follow the paths of people
Yeah.
or something? Yeah, there
Oh
you go.
no, it's that they follow the path that they knew in life. And so when they're remodeled, they like still walk through the place where they.
Is that? I was saying, is that true?
Yeah, it's true. That's how ghosts. Those are things I
Do you
believe
have
in.
science to back up that when a house is remodeled, the ghost will just walk in the old place?
Yep, I checked all my science books. That was gross, Phil. That dude got wrecked.
I guess.
So is that ghost your friend?
No, I think he was just like...
This is the way you die.
I think he was just like, first dude I see, I'm gonna
Did he,
rip up.
like, ugh.
Can I go back here now, or is this not where I'm supposed to go? I don't even know.
It's all ghosted out now. It'll be fine.
Not supposed to go that way. Crazy camera freak out. Are you guys excited about that game Routine?
I don't know what that
Oh
is.
my god,
Yeah,
look that up.
Oh yes, I am. That's the thing that's like on a space station.
It's like
and
80s horror space
Yeah.
station thing.
I'm into it.
It's got like a weird like VHS camera type thing going on as well, and I'm pretty
Kind of
psyched
System
about that.
Shock feel to it a little bit. Big empty space station.
I know. I am supposed to be dead. No such luck. I am older than sin, but
Is that a sexy poster or?
the only one
Ew.
No, I don't think.
of Billy. He takes care of me. He may think
That guy
I'm
looks
his
anemic.
father. He certainly
Yeah, that's
loves
the guy,
me.
Janine.
Oh, idiot.
Okay.
That's the guy who.
Is he the Nazi?
Represents
Yeah, I
Yes.
think so.
He's wearing kind of a Nazi-ish
a nanohazard.
Dr.
He's
Evil
kind of-
outfit.
Machines.
Yeah, he's some kind of Nazi fashion
I
about it.
have had for decades but never mastered. Murkoff discovered in my research a workaround. Turning the
It
sense
warns of nanohazard. Stop it, video games.
It's the natural function of
Nanofactories.
molecules. But through psychosomatic direction, we engineered the precise molecules necessary. Mind over body.
Great.
Is it the natural function of cells to produce molecules?
Hey, you know what?
Madman.
Science.
Mind over body.
You have to stop him to
I
murder Billy.
didn't do very well in my Nazi chemistry class, but
His anesthesia. You.
I always told you you should
So
go back.
now this is basically fear, I guess?
While he lives,
Right.
you must
Fear
kill
without
him.
slow-mo?
You don't know that yet. Maybe they'll get slow mo. Maybe they'll be on your next camera firmware upgrade. Now you can slow down time.
I mean, that crazy undying Nazi told me that I should kill this guy, so I should probably do it, right?
how
Billy.
is he still okay in there? Does he like
I
need
think-
food or something?
He said-
Like what the
No.
fuck?
He
He
said
lives on hate.
he said Billy's keeping him alive. So it's supposed to be
Okay.
like some sort of like. The implication is that he's a Nazi. He's supposed to be long gone by now.
Yes.
He's old as fuck. But there's like a supernatural power keeping him alive.
And that supernatural power's name is Billy.
Like, yeah,
If a supernatural power is keeping him alive, what does he need a breathing tube?
I don't know, man. I'm not.
That's a choice.
I'm
He's
not a
into
science.
It's like a style thing. Maybe it's like one of those. It's like that diet that those brides go on, where they get the feeding tube in, so they get all skinny for their wedding day.
That's a thing.
Yeah, wedding
Yeah,
culture.
that's-
Right.
Fuck this world.
Yeah, people will get a feeding tube in for like a week, and then just eat through that.
No, don't No!
Yeah.
Stop
Goes
it!
up your nose and down your throat.
Stop it!
It's pretty gross.
Outlaw Broom says, "Don't believe Billy's lies." Just good job. Good.
Stop it, world. Ugh. That's more horrifying than anything I've seen in this game.
And it's real. It's super real.
Look, you don't want to have back fat on your wedding day because then you'll just die. You'll just curl up and die at the end of the aisle.
A friend of mine, another student here, teaches in the spring semester a course on wedding culture. And at the beginning of the term, it's primarily young women who join the class because they're like way into shows like Say Yes to the Dress.
Ah.
And by the end of that semester, they are super depressed because they've just spent 10 weeks deconstructing wedding culture, and it's not
it's
a
a
good
bummer.
look. Yeah.
Thomas notes that not one toilet in this game, and there have been hundreds, has not been despoiled.
It's true.
I mean, what's the first thing you're going to do when you go crazy in some sort of horrible murder asylum? You're going to go
JFab
spoil up a toilet?
says, "What a ridiculous thing for women to do. I wonder what ridiculous pressure makes that happen." No, listen, no, we're 100% with you. Like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
This isn't silly women. That's not at all our perspective.
Seriously though, guys, women, right?
Right. This is really selling our position here.
Ghosts! Oh, Jesus Christ.
What if you just explore like this, and you open a door, you haven't opened before, and inside there's like a Ghostbusters proton pack? And this is the Ghostbusters game now.
Ah! Fucking ghosts.
No, JFab, we know you weren't. We wanted to be clear that we were also not saying it was a woman's fault. We were making sure that it was clear that we're not crazy people who are blaming women.
Ghost problems, man.
This frame rate, what is going on?
Yeah, I don't know, the frame rate also just went nuts. It dropped down to 10 frames per second.
Is it like a camera thing?
No, this is like my
You're haunted.
game.
Your game is haunted.
It's kind of staying at that. No worries, we'll play the rest of the game at 4 frames per second. No big deal. Let me I'm gonna quit the game quick and see.
Yeah, relaunch it.
You should check the folder it's in case there's any text files that have been added.
Yeah, actually, that's a fucking good idea. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Hold on a second, guys. I'm shocked that the stream is still running. Theoretically, it's still running at least.
Yeah.
There's a big black screen, so...
Yeah.
Oh, let me put up Pizza Dog.
It says live.
No, so there seriously is some weird problem with Outlast that it does this fucking thing every time with my Steam folder, where it's like it adds some giant fucking file.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Oh, is that what that was? That shader whatever thing?
Yeah, so I thought it might have been from Outlast because that was the last game I'd played, and now it did it again, so it is clearly from Outlast.
Great. That's cool.
What if it is recording everything that you record?
What?
Unnecessary.
Yeah, it'd be super unnecessary. What if it's actually recording your gameplay?
Oh. Every time your camera's up, and then at the end you get to watch
Yeah, it was
the
literally
whole
just
thing.
now, it was like a 90 gig file.
Yeah, see? That's
a lot.
crazy.
That's big.
What if it's...
Spoilers, that's more than is necessary. Ever. Jesus Christ.
What if it's just high-res dick renders?